But what this comes down to is now there's a lot of people going in and out of organizations that there never has been before. And so there's such a volume here that we wanted to take some time and really understand what does that life cycle look like, and kind of how do we make it much more manageable as you're adapting to this great hiring market that we're seeing. And with that component, you essentially are now taking this physical version of yourself, kind of this physical identity, and now moving into this digital identity. And so how do you gain access to all the different resources that these new digital identities coming into the organization need to get their jobs done? And what does that transition look like, and making sure that you're looking after it? So for the first section, we kind of want to look at this from the onboarding experience of the employees themselves. And so as you're thinking about this holistic experience, you know, it's interesting kind of to pull out, what does this look like? So actually only 12% say that organizations do this really well, right? So already there is a gap that can be covered within the market. And then even then, as you bring on great talent, about a fifth of that's going to fall out anyway within the first quarter. And so you're always constantly trying to have folks come throughout that organization. So very quick onboarding and offboarding. And then every time you do that too, there's a cost associated to it. So not only is there kind of, you know, time intensive, but there's a transactional cost of making sure you bring on great talent. So this is an important kind of lifeblood to the organization as you bring on different folks and their resources. But if you do this well, there is a great opportunity to essentially retain talent at a much higher margin. And so for those, it's kind of a little bit more of a self-serving, right? It's making sure that it's not constantly a leaky boat, and you have great employees staying with the organization. So that way, all you're really doing is kind of managing and maintaining and understanding the access as they evolve with the organization over time. And it's not so much kind of a quick in and out, but we want to make sure that we have practical tips throughout each one of those different scenarios. And the reason why this is important too is if you want to think about this from a productivity standpoint, people have an uptime as well, right? And so not only from the very beginning, as you're transitioning that physical identity into the digital version of themselves, you're also giving them access through that digital identity into the different areas and components of their role. And that changes over time. And so anytime that you kind of run into friction and other pieces, you know, people have a downtime around that. And so we want to make sure that our processes are aligned with how those folks are getting that work done.
Please subscribe and check out more content from us.